Hello, my busy bees. How are you all doing today? I have nothing really crazy going on today. It's kind of a normal day, just chilling, getting stuff done, like always. So yeah, nothing really crazy. But, anyways, in my last video, I had talked about like art block and how much that literally sucks because you're just like, I want to draw, but I can't. But let me tell you why burnout is so much worse than art block. Like, genuinely, it's a horrible experience. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Now let's get into the video. So art block, basically you have all this inspiration, all this motivation, and when you're drawing on the canvas, you're like, wait, why can't I draw? Like, I've been drawing for forever and all of a sudden I can't draw. That's art block, right? you know. Burnout burnout is when you can't even pick up the pencil. Burnout is when you have zero inspiration, zero motivation. You don't even want to look at your drawing tablet. You don't even want to look at your paper and pencil. You just, like, art becomes more of a chore. That's what it feels like. You just don't want to do it. And in my opinion, I think this is genuinely so much worse than art block. And even I've experienced burnout as someone who's loved drawing my entire life. Like, burnout will have you questioning who you are, to be honest, especially if you've always loved art. And the thing with burnout is it's not only going to affect your art. If you're feeling burnt out from doing one task, other tasks are also going to feel equally as tiring. So that's why it's so much worse than art block, because it doesn't only affect you in one area. You can literally walk around the house and your burnout from art is literally going to make you not want to do dishes. It's literally going to like make you not want to like do basic stuff like get out of bed. Now, if you think that it's worse than just burnout, right? Because you're like, I've been in the state for like 4 months. That might not be burnout. That might be like borderline depression. Okay, and you should probably go talk to somebody about it. I'm not a professional, but I know that if you're bedrotting for 4 months, you need to probably seek professional help. But burnout, it still lasts a long time. It lasts longer than art block. Art block, you get it for a week or two, and then you kicking it, you back to normal. Burnout, that it could last a month or two. It can. It genuinely can. I've experienced burnout for at most, I think about, what was it? Like 2.5 to 3 months. Almost 4 months. I was almost on borderline. Do I have depression? I was genuinely questioning myself. But yeah, that's about the longest I've experienced burnout, and it sucks. Especially if you're like around a bunch of people who know you draw. That's usually when it's the worst, because they're expecting art from you. They're like, have you made any drawings recently? And you're just like, I can't even like get out of bed for real. What you mean drawing? Like, I don't know. It's horrible. It's actually a horrible experience. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I don't really have that many enemies, so I don't know why I'm saying that. But anyway, so the time I experienced burnout, it was actually a few years back. Like, if you experience burnout frequently, you might just need to give yourself a long break, right? For me, my last burnout was a few years ago, and I literally didn't draw for, like I said, like 3 months. And I remember being around people who were like, yo, any new drawings, anything going on, with the art. And I'm like, gang, I got nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it kind of made me feel bad, because I'm like, I low-key got a little bit of a fan base. I got like 2 people that be like low-key expecting art, and I'm like, dang, I'm letting y'all down. What am I doing? But besides the art, it really does affect the rest of your life. Like I know when I'm burnt out from art, not everything becomes like dreadful in my life. I'll tend to do chores. I notice I'll do like dishes and sweeping and stuff to avoid like what I'm burnt out from, you know? Like I remember when I was in school, I would literally be cleaning the whole house just so I didn't have to do homework. Like genuinely. I would literally deep clean the entire house, avoiding homework. And I'll do the same thing when I have art burnout. I'll literally just be cleaning to avoid art, you know? But it kind of sucks because it's like, I love art and it kind of hurts when my brain is like, I don't want to draw though. I don't want to do art, you know? And it kind of leaves me questioning like, who am I for real? You know, who have I become? I've always been the artist. I've always been the one who likes to draw. And now all of a sudden I don't like drawing. I don't love what I used to love anymore. And it kind of gets you free. Especially if it lasts a long time. Like if it's lasting more than a month, you'll genuinely start being like, bro, what happened to me? Who am I? Like, how did things turn out this way? So yeah, I was genuinely like questioning who it was. I was like, girl, why don't I like drawing anymore? Like, what's going on? But here's something. When I'm burnt out, when I was burnt out, you know, and I was like, I don't like drawing. I don't want to draw anymore. You know, all I did was kind of shift hobbies for a period of time. Just shift what I like to do. Like, because I have multiple hobbies. I love doing multiple things, you know, like singing and dancing. So I'm like, I'm tired of drawing. What do? I sing. Or I dance. Or literally anything else. You know, play a video game. Hop on The Sims. The Sims will pull you out of a burnout without you even realizing it, okay? Sims, I will hop on that game immediately whenever I'm burnt out. But yeah, I just hop on another hobby, and after like a week or two of doing that, all of a sudden I want to draw again. All of a sudden I want to open up my iPad. You know, another downside about burnout is when you do try to get back to drawing, you either are like, you know, when you want to draw, you're either like an art god. You're gonna be like, yes, I took this break and now all of a sudden I can draw like a freaking genius, you know. Or you'll come back with art block, and then you got to get rid of the art block, and it's like, oh my god, I have all this inspiration and motivation, and now I can't draw anymore. Cook. Sometimes people will give up art because of that, but trust me, just give yourself a week. Just do some practice sketches, sketch some hands, sketch some anatomy, you know, just do a week of that. Watch inspiration videos, watch tutorial videos, and you'll get out of the burnout and art block quicker than you think you will. You know, don't give up on art. You got it, you know. And if you feel yourself like, why do I hate this even though I've loved it forever, yeah, you're probably just burnt out. So, you know, take your time to rediscover other things that you love and enjoy, and then you'll eventually come back to it. Thank you guys for buzzing by. I literally didn't even talk about the art piece in here. It's another winner from my Twitter art raffle. There's gonna be 9 winners. There's 9 winners. Like, I'm posting it all to my Twitter, so go check out my Twitter if you want to see all of the winners and whatnot. But anyway, if you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below the longest you've been burnt out. Like, if you've been burnt out longer than 4 months and you're like, it was just burnout, like I didn't have like depression or whatever, let me know, because I've genuinely never heard someone who's been burnt out for more than 4 months without some other underlying condition. Don't forget to check out my other socials below, like my Ko-Fi, become a member and get early access to my art and videos. Anyway, see you all around. Buzz buzz.